Hello class, Mr. Linder here, and welcome to Unit 1 of the semester. As you know, your materials are found under the Modules tab when you're in Canvas. So over on the left-hand side, we'll just click on Modules so that we can find your material for the semester. As you get into the various modules, you already know that there are pages that you can take a look at and next to as you're going through each module. So the first module that you took a look at was navigating your online education. When you're done with a particular module, you can actually just click the arrow and close out the pages so that you can focus on the next module. So the module we're currently going to work on is Week 1, and continuing on to Week 2, Week 3, Week 4, and Week 5. These modules are going to get you ready for your first lecture exam and your first lab exam. So you're currently watching the Welcome to Unit 1 video. So I want to go ahead and start on the Introduction to Unit 1 for Week 1 of the semester. So in the introduction to Unit 1, you guys can read about what we're going to be covering over the next 5 weeks. So this is titled Human Anatomy and Physiology from Atoms to Systems. And so what we're going to be doing over this first unit is learning the language of anatomy. We're going to be taking a look at chemistry. We'll be looking at atoms and molecules and how they bond together. We'll be looking at organic molecules, proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, and then we'll progress into cells, and we'll be looking at cell theory, we'll be looking at cellular structure, we'll be looking at transport mechanisms across the plasma membrane of cells, and then we'll also dive into concepts of DNA replication, transcription, and translation as it relates to producing RNA and then producing proteins within cells. Once we complete the section on cells, we'll be looking at tissues, what we call histology. And so we'll be going through the various types of tissues in the body, so epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous. And then we'll finish up the unit with the integumentary system. And the integumentary system will be our first system of the semester. And of course, that's skin, hair, and nails. And so as you look at this first page here in this Week 1 module, it tells you the various modules that you're going to be working on over the next 5 weeks. So we have human body and orientation, chemistry comes alive, cells, the living units, tissue, the living fabric, and then the integumentary system. And this happens to be the first 5 chapters of your textbook. So when you're ready to continue with Week 1, you simply come over and click Next, and that'll take you to the first activity. So the first activity of Week 1 is a very simple discussion. It's basically introducing yourself to the class and then commenting to some of your peers, just saying hello, talking about things that you are majoring in or interested in, just like they are, and just having a conversation with a few classmates. So this is just an easy assignment to introduce everybody to each other and hopefully start some relationships that are going to help you throughout the semester. And 2 points for participating in the discussion and commenting to your peers. And then you click Next. And you're going to come to the introduction to Chapter 1. So Chapter 1 is the human body and orientation. And here you're going to be learning the language of anatomy, and you're going to be learning a little bit about homeostasis and negative feedback and positive feedback. So what I've provided for you is a link to your Chapter 1 notes outline. I also provided a link for the PowerPoint for Chapter 1. And then if you purchase the e-text, I've provided a link for your Human Anatomy and Physiology textbook. So once you have your lecture notes printed out and you have access to your PowerPoint, you can click Next and start going through the various videos for the material in Chapter 1. So this first video really is just an overview of anatomy and physiology. You can read pages 1 through 7 in your textbook to help you start filling in some information, but it just starts introducing you to the idea of what is anatomy and physiology. And then if we go to the next page, this is a video on biological organization. So this video will go through everything from atoms to molecules to cells to tissues to organs to organ systems, and then of course to the organism. So it's just a short video on the hierarchy of biological organization. And it'll help you fill in your lecture notes. And then the next page, we have videos on the characteristics of life and the necessary life functions. And I gave you different options for learning about the characteristics of life. You can watch one video or all 4 videos. They're all very helpful in understanding the characteristics of life. If we click next, it shows you the video for survival needs. So what do we need to survive as humans? Again, you can read pages 8 and 9 in your textbook, and you fill in your lecture notes as you follow these lecture videos. And so that's how this is going to continue to progress as you work through your lecture notes. So if we click next, this is introducing homeostasis. Next, more videos on homeostasis. Then we have negative and positive feedback examples. Videos on anatomical language, body cavities, abdominal pelvic regions. And then this page is on how to scan documents. So when you do work in your laboratory manual and you've completed the laboratory exercises, you need to be able to scan those pages and upload them to me so that I can grade them. And so anytime you have to turn something in that's written, you need to know how to scan those documents. So I provided a short video on how you can download a program to your iPhone or your Android device. And oftentimes phones already have these apps available. So this is a video on how to use Microsoft Office, but the Notes app for iPhone, Adobe, there's all kinds of different applications that you can use for scanning documents, and then you can save them as a PDF and upload them to me for grading. The next page is your first laboratory that you'll be working on. So this is your laboratory link for language of anatomy and organ systems. What I've provided for you is a link to what you're going to be doing in the laboratory exercises. It's exercises 1 and 2 from the lab manual. And so you'll open this document and it'll walk you through the activities and what you're going to be doing in each of those activities. And then to help you, if you go to the next page, there are either laboratory videos or slides to look at or images of models to help you as you go through the different exercises in the lab book. So here you'll see pictures for directional terminology for activity number 1 through 4. And then for exercise 2 from the lab manual, it's all about discovering different organ systems. So I provided a video for you to watch for that. Once you do the homework for lab report exercise 1, it's found in your lab manual. It's on pages 11 to 13. You'll scan those pages and then you'll upload them to me. So you'll turn them in to me and you have 1 week to complete the laboratory work. So during week 1, we'll be doing exercises 1 and 2, and then by the following Friday of the next week, you'll be uploading these documents. You can always turn things in early. You just can't turn things in late. So make sure that once you complete exercises, you get them scanned and you get them uploaded. Always best to turn things in early. And that goes for mastering assignments and quizzes as well, unless there's a specific day for the quiz or a specific day for the exam. So you're going to upload exercise 1, and then you'll click next, and then you'll upload exercise 2. And then to finish out the week, you'll have your laboratory quiz, and then you'll have homework for chapter 1, and then you'll also have a quiz for chapter 1, and those are all done through Mastering. So I want to go back to the modules again, so I'm going to click on the modules tab just so you can see everything. So week 0, we closed out. That was navigating your online education. And what we did here is we just went through week 1. So that kind of gives you an overview of what to expect on a weekly basis. Once you complete week 1, then we'll be in module 2 here, week 2, and you'll be doing chemistry. And so it's set up basically the same way. Go through and get your lecture notes, your PowerPoint, do the discussion for the week, and then start watching the lecture videos so that you can take notes and you can learn the material. And then eventually you'll have laboratory work to do. And then here you have the links for uploading exercise 3, exercise 4. There's also a worksheet that you'll be doing on calculating concentrations. So you'll be uploading that. And then you'll have your laboratory quiz, mastering homework, mastering quiz for the textbook for that week 2 material. And then on and on. So the unit just continues. We have week 3. And then it continues on. Week 3 is a long one. Continues on to week 4. And then week 5. Week 5 is the integumentary system, so we'll finish up with that system. Once you finish the first 5 weeks, during week 6, you will have your first unit lecture exam, and then you'll have your first lab exam. So the first 5 weeks of the semester will be Unit 1, and then during the 6th week of the semester, you'll take your lecture exam and your lab exam. So that's an introduction to Unit 1. I hope that was helpful. Take care.